Hey everyone, welcome back to Painted. I am Maury Dunbar. I'm the owner here. It is Saturday, February 29th. It's leap year, so we are doing things today that we haven't normally done. Normally you see me demoing products and things like that I'm selling or that I carry here or for a class that I'm having. But today I thought I'd actually do it a little differently, and I do some stuff with my Cricut Maker that I just bought last week. First of all, sorry for the appearance today. If you follow me personally on Facebook, you'll know the story that, hello Carmelina, nice to see you. Happy Saturday to you too. If you follow me at all personally, you will realize that I had a skunk die in my driveway last night. So as a result, this morning we were trying to get the disposal going, blah, 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 blah. You know, all the stuff that happens when you have a wild animal die on your property. And I obviously didn't get into the hair and makeup magic machine today. So we're gonna focus on the machine and not on me. We're gonna let that go. So I have opened mine, but we're going to treat this a little like an unboxing. So for those of you, I have a lot of people who messaged me right after they started working with they saw that I had been using my Cricut Maker to make some stencils and stuff, messaged me that, oh my God, they love the idea of this and they have a Cricut Maker and they haven't taken it out of the box. I think sometimes it's overwhelming, and believe it or not, this is absolutely user-friendly. I don't know, SVG files are the files that they tell you need. I know squat about SVG files, except that when you get your Cricut Maker, you get access for a month to their files of free SVG files, and I purchased some that I can turn into stencils or adhesive vinyls for my own projects or to sell. And I'll get into that as we get there. But so what I'm going to do first is turn my camera on to the Cricut Maker, and then you can watch me open this up so I can show you everything that you receive and what it's all for. Alrighty, so here, let's do this. Lift the camera up, angle the box down. So here you go. Here's the box. And actually what you're looking at there is the lid, so maybe I'll push back a little bit so you can see better. So here's the Cricut Maker box, and it comes sealed up like this. Obviously, I didn't repack it quite right, so you can't actually see what's in there. I'm going to turn this so maybe you can see this a little better. So I open the box up, and it's actually got really nice recyclable packaging in here as opposed to a lot of plastic. There was a plastic bag that actually covered the machine. I threw that into our extra packing bag, so somebody may get the bag from this in a shipment. So what it says first here is, let's get started. This is the box that comes in on top. You open it up, warranty information. There's an envelope that comes in there with an open me first and a bunch of samples. Now I've used some of mine, so you'd have more in your envelope. Comes with fabric, paper, cardstock, a piece of acetate, and I think there was something else, but I don't remember what. The Open Me First, what it does is it walks you through this step by step. Number one, what does it say? Unleash this beauty. I'm reading upside down, so I can't read everything it says. 2, that's not in order, so that's not going to help you. Let's see, here we go. Get them all in order so you can actually read them. Okay, it says, number 1, unleash this beauty. Number 2, get connected. Number 3, make a little something. Number 4, bookmark this page. So what this does is on the back it says your Cricut Create website, so that you definitely want that. I actually have a shortcut to it on my home screen on my laptop. That's something that it offers when you start programming it. So I'm going to put all this, and I keep all this paperwork just because. And there's also a welcome card that has information about troubleshooting and their instruction channel and their email and their phone number. So there's a lot of ways to get a hold of them. Plus, once you sign up for this, they send you like little project ideas via email, like every couple of days. I've had this thing for like a week and a half, and I've already had tons of stuff mailed to me. It also comes with a more detailed user maker manual, so it can walk you through different products and projects, different types of vinyls, your library, the fonts that you can use. There's lots of options in here, so this is nice to have too. Like I said, I don't throw anything out. And then in the box, there is the fabric cutting wheel. You can actually draw with this thing, so there's a way to hook a pen and stuff into it so it can draw for you, so you can have fonts on things. I haven't explored that yet, so that's not what we're doing. And I personally bought an extra blade just to have it because I knew I go through blades on everything really fast. So I'm going to close that up. Let's see if I can get the box. Well, it's not helping me to close it up with everything still sitting out of it. So put that away. And seriously, I'm one of those people who has a file in my house for manuals for new tools and things like that, just so that I have them for both warranty information, and because if it's something I don't use that often, I might need to refresh myself on just how I'm supposed to be doing something. So these come out chunks like that, and they just kind of, you can stack them on top of each other and set them to the side, which is what I do. Now, you pull your Cricut Maker out. Yes, I got the rose gold one because I like pink. I'm going to set it over there because I've used this before, so I know what it's supposed to do. It also comes, this is my brayer. You're going to want a brayer or something similar to it when you're applying stuff onto the mats. This is the cord that connects from the Maker to your laptop or your big computer, and then there's the power cord. And then again, 4 cardboard buffers in the box. All right, so now that I've thrown that box over there, made a heck of a mess, and here's my laptop. So part of doing this is making sure you have everything in places so that you can get at it. So when I bought mine, I obviously, you're gonna laugh, I bought a lot of rolls of vinyl. So, and I separated them. So this is permanent adhesive vinyl. It's not replaceable, so it's not designed for stencils. And all of these rolls cost anywhere from $7.99 a roll up to $17.99 for bigger packets of multiples of certain vinyls. And they all tend to have about 2 feet of product in it, unless you're getting something that has many sheets, like this one, metals that I bought has 3 12 by 12 sheets, and I think it was $11. And so obviously these textures can be a little more expensive because there's literally only 3 sheets in here and it was $11. So, you know, they're a little more expensive, but I'm trying them for different things. These are adhesive foils. I've got permanently adhesive stuff. So I keep that in one box. The next box, this is all of the removable, meaning I can use these for stencils, vinyls that I can just pull off and throw away. This is transfer tape, and I'll show you what we do with transfer tape. And then this is different. This is specific vinyl designed for stencil cutting. I've used this. It works really well. But if you've got a product that you're using for stenciling and it's going to get buried in something like I did yesterday, where I buried the stencil in bead gel, I suggest using one of the more colorful vinyls. Like next time I do that, I bought coral colored vinyl specifically for this reason, because this way I can see it through product, where this light blue is translucent, and once it's on something, it's not always easy to see. So I kind of covered a lot of bases. Yeah, I have a lot of stuff here, and that's so that I can try different things and figure out what's going to be successful. So I'm going to set all of that out of the way. And the next thing we're going to do is we're going to plug in the Cricut Maker. And of course, because I'm left-handed, everything's on the wrong side for me. That is not the plug I'm looking for. There it is. There's that one. And then this plugs in to your USB port on your laptop. So now it's connected to that. This is the power cord. And I can also connect here, but that's a USB port, and this cord happened to be a different port for it. So if I needed to, I could go at it differently, but I'm not going to. So I'm going to put my power cord back together and plug it in behind me. First one goes in back here where the power port is. Now, please don't think because I'm doing this video that I am an expert in using this thing. I am not. But I want, you know, you invested, if you bought this and you haven't taken it out of the box, you've invested a lot of money in a very expensive box. So I'm going to go plug this in. And now we are ready to get moving. So I want to help people not feel quite so overwhelmed. I'm going to push this forward so you can see what I'm doing and not just be staring at my boobs and my laptop. Alrighty, so I'm opening my laptop. I gotta get it loaded up because that'll take a second. And while that opens up, I'm gonna go grab the pads that we need for this. And it opened up really fast so I can log in a second. Ay, ay, ay. All right, there we go. And I'm actually opened into Cricut Maker because I was working on it yesterday. Well, that closed that. I must have closed it with my finger. All right, well, let's close that window up. I don't need those. Close all. Okay, here we go. So you can see I was in here yesterday working on the jellyfish, and you can see I can just mush it around, and I don't have to worry that I'm screwing anything up by playing with it because this is fairly intuitive. All right, before we go further, I'm gonna go get the mats that we need because I'm pulling everything down that you're gonna need for this. All right, one mat, and then there's the other. Where's the other little mat? There we go. So the other thing you need to know when you get equipment, the other thing you receive with your Cricut Maker is a couple of these mats. You notice they're covered in plastic and they have different adhesion levels. Because the films that we put through here generally come in rolls and they need a surface for stability, they provide you with these adhesive mats that you put your vinyl or your paper or anything on to cut it, and then you peel it, you weed it on here and you peel it back. So this one's for fabric. You know, that's a good question. I haven't felt the difference in the grips on these. And I think the fabric grip actually feels a little lighter tack. This is the light tack, and I have, when you get it in the box, it comes with two. It comes with this one, and it comes with a light grip one like I have right here. You can buy regular grip, and you can even get a strong grip one if you have issues with things that slide around. You need extra adhesion to make it stable. All right, I'm gonna move everything closer so you can see a little better what I'm doing. Okay, sorry, that might make a few people nauseous. All right, so I've got my mat, I've got my cutter, I've got everything plugged in. So the next thing you have to do is choose your files. I'm gonna open this up and power this on while we're talking. All right, so I think what the best way, because I have to actually be able to handle this. I'm gonna kind of put you all over my shoulder a little bit. I don't know if this is gonna work. I hope so. I'm trying to make sure you can see everything. Okay, so we're gonna close this up, and that way, yeah, quit. This way you can see me start from the beginning. Okay, so I followed the directions. It's very simple to connect everything and merge it and load it. You just follow those very, very, very basic directions. It'll tell you what to do. Then you open up it, and for mine, I had it made sure I had a shortcut put to my desktop, so I just do that. Come on. See, opens. And it's going to download the whole thing, starting up Design Space. And you're going to get this, and it's going to look, oh God, now what do I do? And you can see down here, it shows you the list of projects that I've been doing. Actually, it doesn't show if I wanted to view all. This is me playing with different things, testing the cutting. So you can see, while it looks like I haven't cut a whole lot, I've probably cut each of these at least 3 or 4 times. So I've been testing what I can do. So I've got my projects, and the next thing that happens is okay, here's new, right up here. It gives you templates, so you can do stuff like aprons, shorts, backpacks, bag tags, banners, all this stuff. Even gives you, somewhere in here, there's a template for candles, canisters, and somewhere in here, there's even one, well, dog clothes. Heck, you can put it on your clothing, and electronic covers. This gives you stuff that sizes things specifically for what you're trying to do, so you can make sure you have your shape and the amount of space it needs covered. But I mean, look at this. This is why, you know, you've seen these really expensive kitchen mixers with patterns on it. Well, this is how they do that. Part of it, anyway. But they have things for like the travel coffee mug, so that when you print your shape, it has, did I just wing by that one? Probably. It has the right shape for each thing that you're using. And that's, you know, here, coffee. So I have a search bar up here. I can do that. And look, it's got mugs. So it gives me the opportunity to design here and here. And this is the shape, and then I pick out my pattern and it goes in here, and I just compress it to fit the shape. So that's very cool. But if I'm going to do something else, I have text options, I have images. Now this is their file. Ignore something expired. I got more than enough. So all of these are available to you, and some of them are free, like this one. Okay, insert image. That'll let me do, okay, so here we go. I've picked my template, even though I didn't know I was doing that, because this is me still learning stuff. And then I can shrink it just like that, or if you don't have a touch screen like I do on my laptop, you can adjust it with your mouse. And look, then it fits right there. I can print it so that if I wanted something else to go, if I needed it to reverse or whatever, it could go on that side, or I could choose to move it to that side and ignore this side. And it will print so that it fits just that size. I mean, that's how easy that is. And I love that. So let's, since I did this cute little design, I'm sorry, my phone fell. So you're not even seeing this. Close up into you a little bit. All right, let's go back into what I was saying. I don't know if I'm sorry if I missed this. I'm looking at this screen, not this screen, so I don't always see what you're seeing. And my iPad has moved into a new place. All right, so go back to this. Let's see. Let's clear this new. Do I want to save it? Nope. Cancel. I can leave it as it is. If I go new, I can replace everything, and I'm back to clean screen. So I go into images, or I go into templates. So here's my templates. Let's pick a baby bib. I'm not doing a bib today, but there's my template, and this is going to give me the approximate size of this image, so it should fit right in here. So we're looking at something that's probably going to fit in a very small space because baby bibs are very small. And then I'm going to go into my images. And look, I can put anything on here. I can put a baseball. I can put, I make beautiful things in there. Let's see. I mean, the narwhal is cute as can be. So let's try the narwhal. Insert image. Okay, now what the heck did I get there? I need that to go away. That to go away. And see if I see what happened. I got 3 images on here that I didn't want. So the X right there just allows me to delete them with no problem. And I'm just going to shrink this down so it fits in here just the way I want it to. Good. Now, all right, I'm all set. So what do I have to do? Now it's going to be make it. That little button in the corner that says make it. This is how it's going to show up on my size or on my screen here right now. And it's what you can't see because it's very dark, but the little narwhal is right up in that corner. So I'm going to take a piece of, well, let's start with this. We're going to do repositionable vinyl, which means I'm making a stencil out of it versus something that will be permanently stuck. And I don't know, I don't care what color. I think I'm just picking something so you all can see what I'm doing. Let's do the red one because I think you'll be able to see it best. I got a piece of red vinyl. I'm going to put this away. And folks, please do remember, I am also open for business, so you may hear people wandering around. You might hear Max in the background. There's lots of stuff going on. All right, so I'm going to actually use the 2-foot pad, even though I don't need that big a pad, because let's close that window out by mistake. I gotta set this aside for a second so I can show you how we load this up. And I keep a step stool next to my table so that I can easily, sorry, I gotta move it back so I can get some room here. All these great ideas and they're not close to me. Everything piles up around me. So I'm going to take a piece of the vinyl and I'm going to, and you see this is gridded. So I'm going to match it to the corner up here like this. I'm going to push it over like this. And again, I'm using a light tech. The fact that my board is going to show pimples, because I got a lot of stuff floating around the studio. So this is all just junk that got stuck on here. And I have several of these because I know I'm going to crap up these really fast. So you're going to take a brayer or a squeegee or something, and you're going to roll to make sure your vinyl is well placed on here. And the reason for that is once this cutter gets going, if this is not well adhered, the vinyl spins around and does weird things and chops up in strange places. So you definitely don't want that to happen. So this fits. There are 2 little, let's see, move that up. There are 2 little grooves right here and here that you slide your pad into with your vinyl on it, like that. And then I'm going to go over here and we'll pull this back so you can see what I'm doing on the computer. This won't hurt anything. So it says, okay, I'm going to make 1. Continue. Nope. Why did I hit cancel? Nope. Okay, and it's going to ask me my material, so I can browse all the materials. They have a big list. I mean, this is a huge list of materials that they're going to give you. Everything from Dupioni silk to lycra to faux leather to paper to printable iron-ons to vinyl, all kinds of stuff. Let me get down to where I need to scroll back up here. I need to go into vinyl. So up at the top you have categories so you don't have to scroll through that list. I'm going to hit vinyl because that's what I'm using. I am using premium vinyl that is matte. Premium vinyl. I think this is probably true brushed. I didn't look at the label that hard to figure, but I've made it work with everything else. And I know it's not the textured metallic, because I have some of that, the shimmer, the pearl, the mosaic, the bubbles, the holographic. Oh, here we go, plain premium vinyl. That's what I wanted. Done. Okay, so then what the heck happened here? Sorry, folks, I think my computer wanted to let go of its battery tonight because I've been working all day. Welcome to my world. More power cables to plug in, turn around behind myself. I was kind of trying to avoid that. All right, now the cord's caught under my chair. What the heck? Here we go. There we go. That's what I was missing, was a power source. All right. Let me get logged in here. There we go. Okay, sorry about that, everybody. We just had to get it all in there. And I'm so excited everybody's watching and seeing what's happening. I'm just trying to do this so nobody's quite so intimidated. Really? Did I turn it off again? I keep doing that by grabbing the edge of the screen. This has got a touch screen as well as the keyboard, and if I grab it the wrong way, and we gotta turn it on. All right. So it's telling me that it's not connected with the USB port, but it actually is, because that was just with me messing with the power. Okay, let's do that. Okay, there we go. Make sure it's reading the USB port. Okay, so now we're going to go back in here. We're going to pick our material, premium vinyl, which I had done before. Done. All right, and then it's going to ask you for the pressure of the knife. I have found, just for the way I work, a little more pressure works better. It cuts more cleanly. I don't have anything stuck, but you're going to have to work and test this yourself. So what now? I'm going to move my computer over here, out of the way. Sure I can. Just put it on the floor because I can't get all the cords out from under me. Oh my God. Y'all know that I am a mess in the studio, and working on the computer is absolutely no different than anything else that I do that's messy. I'm telling you, some days it's amazing they let me out in public. Okay. So here we go. I'm gonna lay, I know some of you are commenting. I can't always read your comments because I've got this angle for you to see the printer, and that's not gonna help. I will come back. If I don't answer or respond to what you're saying while we're doing this, I will do so in the comments. All right, so now you can see I've got a flashing light here, and that's the feed. And I always put my hand on here and make sure that my feed is in, because if it doesn't go in this far, the knife wants to start cutting up here, and you lose half of your pattern. So the next thing we're going to do is hit this flashing Cricut C and watch. So it scans and reads the film and then moves the knives to start the cutting. And it's not super noisy. The most complicated design I've cut was a jellyfish that you all saw me use on a live if you watched the other one. And that one took about 5 minutes to cut. These little simple ones take next to no time. So we should be done with this very quickly. And if I'm at all concerned about my sizing, I go back in and cut another one. I just pull the film off, turn it around. So this one looks like it's going to be pretty small. I'm hoping it's not as small as it's looking to me right now. I may have misjudged my size. Maybe it's been a long time since I've had to put a bib on a baby. My baby's 24. And trust me, if I have to bib him, he needs a whole freaking bed sheet for it all. Okay, so now it stopped cutting, and what it's telling me, I've got a flashing light here, and this is the finish button, and it shoots it out. You don't pull it out, you let the machine release it. And then, of course, my computer decided it's going to do a security check at the same time. All right, come on, stop with the security stuff. And then even here, I still have to hit finish, okay? And that, what this is gonna do, then give me the option to save it or just to throw it away. And normally if it's something I wanna save, then I save it. Do you want to save or change? I'm not gonna save it, I'm just gonna replace it, which means I've cleared the screen. Now, that part of the stencil cutting is done. So, as you can see, that's not really overwhelming to do that. I'm going to turn the camera back down again, and we're going to talk about weeding the stencil out so that you have your pattern. And the positive and negative weeds questions, I'm not sure that if I don't make sense when I talk about positive and negative space, I will try to be clear. But if it doesn't make any sense, I will try to clarify, and then you can ask questions. And sometimes when I write things down, it's more understandable than when I say it. It can get a little confusing. All right, now I'm going down here. And what I've done is my stencil is cut right in here, and it's teeny weeny. I may have needed to adjust the template to fit the size. Haven't done that one before. So we'll figure that one out. So the next thing I'm going to do is grab one of my pickers. And this is a picker. If you've ever had a Modelo, you've gotten these, but you can use an X-Acto knife or even a big safety pin if you want to. Now I have two ways of handling this. This has an outline around it. So I could pull the outline or I could leave the outline. And I think what I'm going to do is leave the outline so then I can weed out these little tiny bits here, which are just a massive pain. All right. And you can see I'm popping out little teeny pieces of red vinyl, but you should be able to see what I'm doing. Let me zoom in and shift the camera so it's right where you want to see. So see, this is the spot I'm working. You can see how tiny I made this, which wasn't intentional, but I'm using my picker to pull out all my designs. And I know this is terribly exciting to watch, but this is what you have to do. This is part of the work. And of course, I made a tiny design, not a big one, which would have been way easier. No. I had to challenge myself and make it small. All right, so, and then that'll stay. This is the outline. So then this part of this, you have to take a minute and figure out what stays and what doesn't. So there's a little practice to it. And sometimes your little things don't want to stick where they're supposed to, so you might have to go back in with your finger and shove them back down like I just did with that. And then we'll pull that one. And this is the reason I go for a deeper cut, because it allows me to push these little things back down where they belong and cut through it easier. And I need to push that here. And I got to push there. And there we go. Now I can reference back into my photo of this image and kind of shift where everything goes, or trust my own memory, which, while that's risky, it works because I just kind of make it up, put them where they belong. And then there we go. And again, this is easier when you don't pick such a small pattern. If I had printed this bigger, it would be much simpler. But, because I'm a genius, you're learning as I learn. All right, I got that upside down. And I also have like salon tweezers and all kinds of stuff to use for this stuff. So right now I'm just using my picker to shift it because it's such a teeny little thing. All right, there we go. So I have this little piece. Let me pull this back. I have this little piece, and I could use that as a stencil and a sticker in itself because look how cute. It looks like a little whale. I like that one. I'll just stick my little whale on the side of my cutter there. And meanwhile, now I have the pattern cut out here, and there is a fine line around this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a knife and I'm going to cut my film right here so that I can peel off the backing. And I don't have to worry about ruining the rest of this here. So I've got a little tiny ruler. And I don't know about you, but sometimes I put little pieces of tape on my ruler so that my fingers don't have to get onto a surface. It's a little protection. So I'm gonna cut that there. And then I'm gonna cut this here. And then I'm gonna pull up the extraneous vinyl here and use it for something else, so that'll get put aside. Preferably not tearing the back off of this. I pull this up. And you can see this is sticky because now my sleeves want to stick to it. And of course, I cut through the whole way. So glad I used a ruler and still ended up having to cut freehand. So now I've got this little guy. And what I need to do next is pull up the outer vinyl. Why? I could leave this like this and have a very cute little narwhal on its own, or I can, let's see, I swear I can, peel back this part of the vinyl because there's a little tiny fine outline that goes around the whole thing. And I'm just working to loosen it. Okay, so you can see, there we go. And again, this is a stencil too. I could take this part, put it down, put it on a surface, use it as a stencil like that. Hey there, how are you today?
How are you?
I'll be right with you. I am on a Facebook Live.
Oh, shit.
So we're almost at the end. So here we go. We got that stencil, and I've had a customer walk in, and I will be with them in just a moment. But I'm going to finish up this last little bit of this live, and that's the wrong box. So here's. Sorry for the shoulders, guys. I just got to reach over and get my backing film. And this is transfer tape. So I'm going to cut a piece of transfer tape about the same size. Doesn't have to be perfect. What I'm going to do then is I peel the back off of the transfer tape. Yeah, famous last words. I peel the backing off the transfer tape. Gosh, I'm going blind on top of everything else. This is the hardest part, is separating the transfer tape from the backing, because it doesn't always want to do what I want it to do. And you might be hearing Max in the background because he loves our customers and he loves it when people come in and he wants to visit all the time. So when you come here, you might just get a lot of dog love. All right. This is giving me a hard time, probably because I'm on camera. It doesn't do this when nobody's watching. I'm sure you all have genius ways of getting things to peel off backing. I don't. And this is what always takes all my time. Oh, shoot, I'm hot now too because I'm schwitzing. because I'm worried that you all will be watching me and thinking, what the heck is she doing? She can't even peel the backing off. All right, I got it. Here we go. So the backing just goes, and it's got a little grid, which actually is really nice. It helps you line everything up straight. You take it like that, you apply it, run your brayer over it, and then you take the whole thing off. And there is your stencil mounted, or your adhesive mounted. And that's how it goes for all the vinyl. So when you're ready to put it on a surface, you again take the brayer, rub it really well, because you want to make sure that the vinyl sticks to this as well. And then you're going to peel it off like this, and your pattern is stuck here. Hopefully all of it is. And there we go. And then you have to work it. If anybody's ever used a Modelo or any other sort of vinyl adhesive stencil, you know what this deal is. You got to make sure all of the stuff that's on the white paper sticks to that. And then you take it and let's see, what am I going to stick it to? Let's stick it to the box. Okay, let's get started. Here you go. I'm putting it right here on the box. I'm rubbing it down. And of course, it's not wanting to stick because why? I'm on camera. You're watching me. And then I'm going to roll it back. And I'm going to roll it back completely parallel, flat to the other surface, because that provides the least amount of tension when I am putting things on here to get them to release. Come on, stick down there, you little stinker. And if I lose one, I'll go back in and stick it on. And see, I went too fast. I didn't check myself. I almost pulled the whole thing off. And that one just does not want to stick there. There we go, we got it. And here we go. And see, there you go. It's all done. And that is how to use your Cricut 101. Let me get this up here. So thanks everybody for being in my studio and playing with this with me. I will be so happy to answer all your questions after I've posted this, and I'm gonna go take care of my customer that's in the front of the studio. I'll talk to y'all later. Thanks, bye.